In today's video, we are going to be talking about LED therapy. Now this guy here, it is said, is going to take years off of me and make me look younger. So I've used this device for 60 days now and have tracked the progress. So let's see how it worked.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Mary, I'm 50 years old, and I love finding methods, devices, products, anything that's going to help me look as young as I feel, which has me very excited today, because today we are looking at LED masks. Now, I'm excited about this. It's kind of a new space that I'm really getting into, and it's sort of that skin tech. It's the devices, the things that I can experiment with that are going to pack a bit more of a punch than my standard topical lotions and potions. So I have done a fair amount of looking into microcurrent. I am currently testing right now a radio frequency device, and I've been using the LED for 60 days. So today we are looking at the Omnilux Contour Face Mask. Now I have been using this for 60 days and tracking the progress. So if you like what you see in this video, I do hope that you will subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also hit that notification bell so that you know every time a new video is uploaded, which happens every week. Now I do want to start off by saying this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this piece myself. They have no idea I exist and they do not know that I'm making this video. So let's just get that out. So a little bit about LED therapy. It was developed by NASA in the 80s and it was used on space shuttle missions to grow plants. And then in the 1990s, the US Navy SEALs started using it because they realized that it could help wounds heal faster and can help to regenerate damaged tissue. So there's a lot of evidence out there that this stuff works and a lot of clinical trials backing it up and all that. So LED therapy is essentially using different wavelengths of light therapy, and those different wavelengths will penetrate the skin at different levels, and different depths will have a different impact on the skin. Now the two most common are red and blue. So blue is primarily used to treat acne because it helps to reduce the sebum production so there's less oil on our skin, and it also works to kill the bacteria so there's no onset of infection. So the other type commonly used is the red, and that's really what I'm using because that's mostly for anti-aging. So that's about penetrating deeper and helping to stimulate blood flow, so that's going to sort of get things moving again, and building collagen. And collagen is what I'm forever chasing, and that's what we really use greatly over the years and as we age. And that's about sort of plumping the skin and rejuvenating the skin. The red light is also going to stimulate ATP production, and that's sort of the energy in our cells that keeps things moving. So the overall benefits to this are we have, less fine lines and wrinkles. It's not going to cure the deep crevices in our face, but it should help with the fine lines and wrinkles because essentially by building the collagen and the ATP, it's plumping things up. So it's going to reduce those wrinkles. Now, it's also supposed to be good for hyperpigmentation. So if you have any of those dark spots from the sun over the years, it should also calm the redness in our skin. But one of the main things I think that this is good for is evening out the texture of the skin because it's not always wrinkles that age us. It can often just be the texture of our skin that makes us look older, and this is supposed to deliver results for that. Plus, it should add a bit of firmness to our skin, and who doesn't need a bit of firmness when you get that sort of saggy stuff happening, which I am getting, and I'm trying to combat, and I'm hoping that this is one of the tools that I could use to address that. There are a couple of options for LED therapy, and one is you can go to the clinic, and they will have the bigger machines, they will have the more powerful machines, and probably more effective machines, but they cost money, and it's a pain in the ass. You got to get in your car, you got to go somewhere, and you have to kind of do all that sort of thing. And that's why these have now been made for home use, and these are FDA cleared. And to be honest, there's no pain to these. They're easy to use, they're quick to use, and while they may not give you the same quick results that you would get from the salon or from the clinics, I think it's meant to deliver the same benefits. It might just take longer to do it. So this one is by Omnilux. Now, Omnilux is the company that makes the ones that are for in-clinic use. So the far more powerful ones that the rest of us are not allowed to use at home and are not allowed to purchase. So the same technology, the company has been around for a really long time, and they know all about LED use and how to maximize its benefits. So I've been using this for 60 days, and a few things just to note. One, it's not a miracle worker. I didn't look 10 years younger after my 60 days, but I did see some positive results, and we'll get to that in a second. Two, you have to be consistent with this. And if you're not, it's not going to work. And it's sort of any of these things out there in the universe. If you don't use them regularly, it's not going to work. And you kind of have to stick with it. So for me, consistency was king. And for 60 days, I have used this 5 days a week for 10 minutes a day. It's easy peasy. You barely even notice the time. There's no inconvenience to this puppy whatsoever. Super easy to use. So now I'm going to take you to some photos, and I've kind of compared a few of them along the way so that we can try to track and see how things worked. Now, These aren't great photos. I took them myself. I tried to make them consistent and I realized I didn't, so forgive me on that. I've done my best here and I'm getting better with the side-by-sides as I progress with my channel, but bear with me. So here, the one on the left was taken on May 14th. So it was actually before I started. I started using this the first week of June. And it's sort of a control image, I guess. And that's kind of where I started. And then the one on the right was taken on July 14th. So it was 2 months later and it was 1 month after usage of this product. So for me, when I look at the one on the left, when I can see here just on the cheek is, you know, there's a lot of skin texture there. It looks bumpy, it looks uneven. And that's what I'm noticing is the biggest difference between the left and the right. I think that the color of my skin on the left was a bit, I don't know if I used the pale, it just looked a bit ashy. It didn't look healthy. So the image on the left, my skin just doesn't look as healthy as it does on the one on the right. I couldn't compare the wrinkles because you can see I'm smiling on the right, I'm not smiling on the left, so it's kind of hard to see. But look at the sort of the jowls. I was really shocked to see this, that the one on the left, I seem to have this little ridge at my jowls, where the one on the right, now this could be the angle, but I'm not convinced of it. It seems that it's a little tighter there. So I thought that was really interesting because I wasn't expecting to see that. So this is after 1 month of using it. So there's a little bit of improvement. Is it great? Don't know, but I mean, it's better. It's definitely better. So I was happy to see that. And by the way, I only looked at these images last night. So I sort of take images. I try to take them semi-regularly because I'm always testing out new products. I'm using a radio frequency device now. I have used microcurrent in the past, and I'm always tinkering with things. So I do like to take weekly photos just so I have them and I can go back and reference them like I did here today. Okay, so the next 2 images I took, one is on August 6th and one was on September 12th. So that was just a couple of days ago. I tried to get the angle a bit more aligned than the previous one. Now, the one on the left, I have highly moisturized skin. You can see there's a bit more of a sheen to it. But it's really interesting what I found here. So I thought that all in all, my face did look brighter. And I don't mean brighter in the way that I have less spots, just a bit brighter. It just looks cleaner. It looks healthier. And the wrinkles, now, even though my smiles aren't exactly the same, the one on the left, I am smiling more, which probably generates a little bit more of the wrinkles around the eyes. But I felt that it was lessened by the one on the right. It looked significantly less, and I was kind of surprised by that. Now, I do have a lot of these kind of crow's feet when I smile. We all do. I'm not afraid of it. It's okay. But I just felt, looking at the August 6th to the September 12th on the right, that my skin just looks healthier. It looks fresher. And it definitely, I think, looks smoother when it's compared to the one on the very beginning, which was taken in May. Everything just looks better. Okay, so do I think this works? Will I continue to use this product? Yes, I think this works. And I have to say, the ease with which it is used is tremendous. Like, there's no time. There's no time to it at all. So did it make me look 10 years younger? No, it did not. But nothing is really going to do that. And I'm not sure that's actually what I'm chasing either. I just want healthier skin. And do I think that helped deliver it? I do. I think this is doing good things for my skin, because for me, skin health comes first. Okay, so I mentioned before this consistency is king, and without a doubt it is. So if you're going to buy this, and it's a chunky commitment price-wise, then you need to do it, and you need to do it regularly. If you don't, it's not going to work. So for me, like I said, I do it 5 days a week for 10 minutes a day. Now, I opt to do this in the morning before I even get out of bed, because it's not taking time out of my day. I do set my alarm for 10 minutes earlier, and I keep it in my bedside table. And when my alarm goes off at 6:37, whatever time it is, roll over, open the drawer, put the mask on, and I go back to sleep. And you'd be surprised that you can, because when you first get this, it is a hell of a red light. Cameraman does not like it. He said it's like the sun is in the bed next to him. But I don't notice it. I go back to sleep for 10 minutes. And when it's done, it turns off. So you don't even have to time it. You don't have to worry about it. It just turns off. So I do that every morning before I get out of bed and even get into the shower. So it's not really impacting my life. It's super comfortable. It's flexible, and it's super easy to use, and I really like it. Now, a little bit of a warning, it might not be for everybody, and I'd say that if you have any serious skin conditions or acute acne, you need to talk to your doctor first. I'm obviously not a doctor. I'm just a regular person but I don't have a lot of skin conditions, so I'd obviously be careful and be cautious with this type of product. And I do know that it's not for people on Accutane, so if you're using it, forget about it. However, I have used it with tretinoin, and I'm on a prescription tretinoin, the strongest you can get, and I haven't had a concern with that at all. So don't worry about that. So this is what the mask looks like. Here are the lights on the inside of it, and it comes with this device, okay? This is what connects to the power, and you can kind of carry this around with you. And we turn it on by pressing the button. This is what it looks like. And it has these straps that just attach and go around your head. one there, and one there. So this is the charger, and when you need to recharge this device, you just unplug it, and it has a wall attachment. You plug it in the wall, and it doesn't take long to charge. I have to say that's one of the things that I like about it. It charges pretty quickly. The one complaint I have is over the charging unit, and I do think that I might have just gotten a slightly faulty one. I don't know if it's necessarily all of them. But when you press and hold and turn this on, there are 3 lights that come up, and that's the indicator of battery life. And as you use it, it goes from 3 to 2 to 1. Now, I think I got a glitchy one because mine goes from 3 to 2 to off. There doesn't seem to be that in-betweeny one that would indicate that it's about to die and tell me to recharge it. And it also shortens the battery cycle. So for me, I go from 3 to 2 and then it dies within a week. So that's 5 days of usage. So I have to charge this at least every week, probably about the 3rd or 4th day, because when it gets to 2, I just recharge it because I don't know how much power is left in it because there's no 1. That's my only complaint I have. Now, I did contact the company to ask them about it. They were very responsive. They were very helpful. But they sort of said, take a video and send it. And I just haven't bothered me ours, so I haven't done it. So I still use it. I just charge it a lot more regularly than most people probably have to. And sure, that's my only complaint. Okay, so back to Omnilux. I bought this from the American site and I paid $395 for it. Now, the kicker is they don't ship these outside of the US. So that only leaves a few options for those of us on this side of the pond. One is you buy it over there. And I know that's a little problematic for non-Americans right now that you can't travel to the US, but if you find yourself over there, it's a good deal at $3.95 because the euro and the pound could be stronger and it ends up not being a bad deal. But you have to be there to collect it. And that is what I did. I just had it shipped to my mom's house. The second option is to try to find UK and Ireland sites that sell the product. I did do that, and holy cow, man, they are pricey. It's either £520 or 595 euros. Pfft, not a chance. So I wouldn't be suggesting that, but if you want to, more power to you. Another option is to try the company CurrentBody. I was checking them out. The UK site, I think, and maybe the Irish side is selling them for about 316 euros, around that 300 and something mark. So it's a much better value. Well, it just means you can get it. And when I did a comparison on them, they look very similar. The number of bulbs, all that stuff seems to be quite similar. So I'd say go for CurrentBody if you're on this side of the pond. Now, I do know that Omnilux is just about to launch a new mask that combines red and blue together, so it's called Clear. It's specifically targeting those that have acne problems. So they're using the blue light to deal with the killing of the bacteria, but it's also supported by the red light, which helps with the inflammation and the redness. So if you're into that and you live in the US, there's a great option coming down the road. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'd really be interested in hearing your own thoughts. I have to say, I really like this. I think it worked. I think it fits my lifestyle. I think it's super comfortable and easy to use, and I'm seeing a difference, and I'd be very interested to see what happens 6 months from now and a year from now. Will I continue to see those sort of positive, subtle improvements? I think I will. So I'd say this is one worth giving a try. So get yourself an LED mask. They're great. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks again for joining, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Bye. And I feel like I just spit.